Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with JCooperTravels, and I have Dr. Brown, who's an ongoing guest on our show. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that's close to my heart that I'll share with you in just a second. For those of you that might not know what JCooperTravels is, I started the talk show last year, and the focus originally was supposed to be where we travel geographically, because I'm all about traveling around the world, and I'm also a certified travel agent. But as fate would have it with COVID, travel was paused, and I was also meeting very interesting people on LinkedIn, and I really thought that everyone's story should be told and shared. So J. Cooper Travels now is more about how we travel in life, how we can help each other, and how we can also enjoy the quality of our own life. And so that kind of goes back to our personal wellness and our health. And that's why Dr. Brown is here, because it's all about how do we, walk our talk and keep ourselves healthy and vibrant and enjoy the quality of life that we have, or improve our quality of life. Dr. Brown, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you, Jacqui.
So before we get into our topic of the day, we've had a number of conversations about a variety of healthcare topics for Wellness Wednesday and other areas that we're talking about. There might be some new listeners that don't know about your background. So why don't you go ahead and explain, who you are and how you came to be in the field that you're in, and then we'll talk about our topic of the day.
Okay. Thank you, Jacqui. I'm Dr. Tiffany Brown. I'm a naturopathic doctor. And how I got here is I was suffering with my own health concerns and issues. And I was going from doctor to doctor, and I wasn't seeing no results, even though they was doing what they were supposed to be doing. And so I looked into the natural world to see what they were doing, and I saw like a lot of things they were doing. And so I just picked one thing out and I used it, and I saw the results. I saw some results. I know I didn't fix myself. I just kind of put a patch on what was going on. And so that uh, uh, sparked me to look for other naturopathic doctors or herbalists or somebody in my area that could help me. And there was no one in my area. So I was like, oh, this is a niche. I can do this. I can fill this niche. So 4 years later, here I am with a virtual online platform for anybody to talk to me about their health concerns.
So, Dr. Brown, I know that you're an expert in so many areas and that you are focusing on women's health, even though you can help anyone. And you can also, you have clients around the world. So, anyone can definitely connect with you to do a consult. But today, our topic is about milk and the milk alternatives. I know that that's something that's close to my heart, because I found out many years ago that my daughter was lactose, had an intolerance, a sensitivity. And every time that, she wasn't feeling well, I would give her some more milk, thinking that was going to soothe her stomach. But in fact, it did the opposite. And way back when, I mean, she's vibrant in her 20s right now, but way back when we were discovering this, there weren't a lot of options for individuals, who might have had a milk sensitivity. So what would you consider as a milk alternative or plant-based alternative milks? Because there's a lot of them out there now.
Yes, there is a lot of them. We got different ones that's on the market now, and they're really good. So we have the nuts, which are your almonds and your cashews, and then you have the seed, which is the hemp and flax. You got the grains, which is your rice and oats, and you got your legumes, which is your soy and your pea protein.
Yeah, there's a huge variety. Now,
Mhm.
how do you know which one you should maybe be using?
Mhm.
And are there any side effects from, the variety of the alternative milks that are out there?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. So if you have any nut allergies, so you want to stay away from the almond and the cashews. And if you have any like anything against the research is saying like the soy, because the soy is phytoestrogenic. So if you like the research saying for people who have something who have an estrogen dominant or like an estrogen cancer, maybe they might want to stay within the soy products. But usually women who do have like who's going into menopause, soy is really good kind of to help modulate the estrogen receptors, and so you don't really body don't feel the effects of the decreasing estrogen in the body.
So how would someone know if they have a milk sensitivity? What would be some of the symptoms or side effects?
Yeah, some of the symptoms are like explosive diarrhea. Is in your stomach bubbling, gas, you can belch, and also too, kids they'll vomit. You can vomit it up because your stomach just won't tolerate it. And sometimes you can notice like subtle things like you might feel like you're autoimmune. You might have some autoimmune issues flaring up just for no reason. You can't figure out why. It could be because of the milk.
So what's the difference between a milk alternative or plant-based? I mean, I know you mentioned some, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do they make them? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
do they add a lot of fillers? I mean, again, I know I'm kind of combining questions here, but what's the nutritional value of a lot of these?
Yeah. Yeah. So when they go to comparing them, they always compare them to like the cow's milk because the cow's milk has the protein, good protein, and vitamin D and calcium. So all your milks kind of get compared to that. But what I always say, is you can kind of substitute whatever else in the place of whatever you're lacking. But if you want to if you don't have like a nut allergy, then you can use the almond milk and the cashew because that has a good source of protein as well as the pea milk is a good source of protein as well. And then some of them are fortified. The plant-based almond milks, I mean, the plant-based milks are fortified with the B vitamins, and some of them are fortified with calcium. So you still kind of get the nutritional value that you would get from the milk, from your cow's milk. So don't let that be the reason why you don't switch over. Go ahead and switch over, and then you can institute other things to make up for what you're not getting that you were getting in the cow's milk.
How do you know that you actually need the vitamin D or the vitamin B, the additional supplements, especially if you might be taking a daily vitamin? How do you know that you actually need all those extras?
Yeah, sometimes you don't. B vitamins are safe. You just pee those out. So it's a safe. Your vitamin D is where you might want to get your levels checked because usually in the summertime, because we out in the sun, our body's automatically making vitamin D. So and plus too, like you said, we're taking multivitamins as well. So we really getting some good vitamin D, especially in the summertime.
So, what are things to watch out for? Because again, every time that we put something into our body, we have to think, okay, what is the nutrition? Is it really whole food based? Is it processed? What are the things that they've added to it? I mean, I look at the list sometimes and I wonder, okay, I think this is supposed to be healthy, but I see this list and I'm thinking, should I just make it myself?
Yeah, so you want to be concerned about that, because sometimes they put a lot of extra stuff in these milk. They want to make it wholesome, but then they add all this extra stuff. So
Yeah.
you really want a few ingredients, especially with the almond milks and all these different milks, because you can make them yourself at home. And so then they tend to sweeten them with sugar. So you want to most definitely check the back and make sure you get one without sugar for the benefits. And if you make them at home, you can like sweeten it with honey, agave, or something similar, some type of wholesome sweetness that you like. And you can add cinnamon to them. You can just really get really creative with them.
Now, I know you're not going to recommend different products and things like that, but are there certain companies that seem to have more nutritious type of milk alternatives, and are maybe more well known for not putting additional supplements in?
Yeah. there's quite a few out there, and I haven't seen all of them yet because there's so many different companies out there. But I haven't seen one that I really like said like, yeah, this is the best one yet. So because they always tend to add a few other little things just for shelf stability.
Yeah.
This is why they add little other little things in there.
So you had mentioned about soy milk. And how does that compare to cow's milk?
Mhm. So soy milk is it's also a legume. So you got it's some good protein in there, which is your cow's milk does, and that's probably about the only way it compares to milk. And it doesn't have a bad taste either. None of these have a real bad taste. So I just would just say, try all of them to see what you like. And they tend to fortify with B vitamins and vitamin D. So it's really fortified with different things.
So I know I have been exploring a lot of different
Mhm.
options, both from coconut milk to
Yeah.
soy milk to
Mhm.
almond milk. And I've just been noticing that on the shelves in the organic markets that I go to, that it seems to be exploding. So, there's no lack of diversity of what I can pick up and put in my cart to take home and try. Um, is there again, not to offend anyone in the milk community, but is there a reason why we should stay with regular milk or a light milk, or or why go the non-milk alternative?
That's a good question. So I figure if some people who don't have an allergy to milk, and if they prefer to stay with milk, that's fine. I think a lot of people turn, even like because the milk is pasteurized, they kind of just want to turn from milk and do something else. Because once you heat that milk up to like a real high temperature, you really done kill a lot of the important stuff out of it. But and I understand why they do that, because they're not trying to give people like bacteria and diseases, because it does grow in the milk. But then you just really kill like all the good stuff that's really in the milk. So, and so for calcium, I guess people tend to hang on for the calcium, but you can supplement that
Yeah,
without
I guess you can.
it. Hmm.
Well, any last minute thoughts? Because I know that I'm going to be looking at, like you said, the nutritional value. I'm going to watch out for what is on the labels, and I'm going to try to do a little bit of comparison between the nut and seeds and the grains and, like you
Yeah.
said, the legumes, because there's such a variety, and
Yeah.
I know there's all different nutritional values
Mhm.
attached to them too. So it would be good to kind of switch it up.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Take all of them in the yogurts and the cheeses that's coming out. Really try your different ones and stuff. See what you like.
So everyone, definitely like and subscribe to J Cooper Travels. We're going to be doing, Wellness Wednesdays with Dr. Brown on a variety of topics. We've done many, many episodes, from what to take when you travel to how to help if you have diabetes. Just the list goes on and on. I can't remember all the things that we've talked about so far. And again, our whole purpose is to have you enjoy your own quality of life. If there's a topic you'd like us to talk about, definitely email me at jcoopertravels@gmail.com. And don't forget, Dr. Brown has her website, ndhealthcalls.com. And all the contact information will be in the block below. So definitely check out the block below. And stay tuned for future episodes. We have different Facebook groups that we're going to be talking about. So that way you can become a member of the Facebook groups to learn more how to enjoy the summer that's coming up. And
Mhm.
any last minute thoughts, Dr. Brown, before we leave?
Um, Only thing I can think of is maybe if you are allergic to anything or intolerant to anything, and you want to be tested, I do offer those tests, and I can go over with you, talk about them. And so I got an online platform. Most definitely get in contact with me. I can see you from anywhere. Thank you, Jacqui.
Yep, for sure. And again, definitely be able to like and subscribe, and don't forget to go to ndhealthcalls.com.
It's a mouthful.
Have a great one, guys. Talk to you soon.